here to talk about an issue that all our firms have, compliance. As compliance requirements and costs are rising at financial institutions, innovative technology and artificial intelligence tools are becoming more critical. Detectica is defining the future of technology for KYE, knowing your employee, helping large and mid-sized institutions monitor and investigate employee malfeasance. Detectica combines an array of different evidence sources to reduce inefficiencies in required employee monitoring and supervision, while at the same time increasing confidence that the firm is not missing potential malfeasance and misconducts by employees and inside our firms. With that, I would say that I've enjoyed our time working with Detectica. Great firm to work with, great part of the Innovations Lab, great experience working with the Innovations Lab. And I'd like to introduce Jennifer Chin, Chief Executive Officer of Detectica.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Michael, for that great introduction. I'm with Detectica, and we help you to know what you didn't know. Employee misconduct is one of the greatest causes of regulatory and reputation risk in the financial industry sector today. Because of this risk, it turns out that most of the employee misconduct that causes the greatest damage is the conduct that you didn't even know was going on. And there's a lot of ways that this can happen. Just take a look at all the different things that can happen inside of a firm that might be causing employee misconduct. And do you know whether or not this is happening inside of your firm? Financial industry has paid over $1 billion in fines because of employee misconduct. And this is something that has had a lot of investment put into it. So what's going on here? Existing systems treat this problem as the problem of finding a needle in the haystack. And this leads to a lot of waste. We worked with one of the biggest banks in the country to try and figure out what was going on here and built the first version of our product for them. And what we found is that actually there is no needle. When analysts go in looking for misconduct, they actually treat this problem as putting together pieces in a puzzle. Detectica takes in all of the data about employees inside of the firm and helps the analyst to find those pieces and to put those pieces together. Let me show you an example. So in this example, this is not real data, of course, we're a compliance company. This is an Enron combined with a case that one of our clients helped us to put together. And in this case, there's some potential collusion and sharing of insider information going on here. Up on the top right, what you see are some communications coming from employees within and outside of the firm. On the bottom left, there's some individuals who are involved in this potential case. And at the top right, you'll see some connections. So let me go into these in a little bit more depth. So in the existing systems, most analysts would see this one communication. Looks pretty innocuous, right? Some person, EH2000, thanks, buddy. Not a big deal. If I was an analyst, I would dismiss this. But Detectica shows you more. More vague emails coming from the same individual, and a chat between somebody who looks suspiciously like this personal email, who clearly used to work for this institution. So here they are in the case. And as I look at it, I notice there's somebody involved here that I want to check out further, Chris Germany. Detectica pulls in the HR system data from your firm, as well as additional information about the employee, from seating charts to expense reports to building logs. And also alerts from existing systems. So you can actually see now that Chris Germany has quite a high risk for performing some activities that are not so savory. Detectica also looks across all of the communications and can pull out insights, such as top project names, top terms, and also the emotional content of communications over time. And what I see here now is that every time EH2000 sends an email, Chris Germany feels unusually satisfied. That's pretty weird. And now we have some connections that I'd like to show you. Detectica can generate these types of graphs based solely off of the communications. This is an internal network of the employees at the firm. And what we see is Chris. We also see emails coming from that EH2000. and the chats. These people are all strongly connected. And if I was an analyst, I would say to myself, these two people are the same person. And you also see that the other recipients of those vague emails are also connected to Chris and to EH2000. And now we actually have a case. And if you look at this case, you'll notice something. There is no needle. There are only a lot of puzzle pieces that when you put it together, you see a bunch of vague emails that might indicate some kind of information sharing, perhaps. You have a former employee who might be sharing that information, a number of people who are involved, and the fact that they're connected. And now this is something that you want to take to HR or legal or to your chief compliance officer. Detectica also seamlessly integrates AI through the whole system. So as the analyst is working, it tracks every single action that the analyst performs. This means that we actually integrate the human into the loop. One of the things that we found working with the firms that we have is that they are finding misconduct that they didn't know about because they're using Detectica. They've also experienced a 3 to 10 times reduction in effort from analysts, and they found that it's useful for testing regulations and policies that are required by the SEC, the OCC, and the Department of Labor. All firms should know what their employees are doing, and this isn't just limited to compliance. It's also part of HR. It's part of what your general counsel does. It's everywhere. Compared to our competitors, Detectica is far more lightweight and intelligent. The existing systems out there are building custom models, and this is very, very expensive. They're either using rules, and what we do instead is we actually integrate the human into the AI, and we have a very rapid deployment. Our team is 9 people. We have 5 PhDs with over decades of experience building AI systems, both for fraud detection and for fraud detection and production-level systems for defense. We are looking for funding, and we'll close our seed round in July. And we want to thank the Partnership Fund and Accenture for everything that you've done for us. It's been a fantastic opportunity. We also want to thank all of the institutions that we've worked with who have shared with us the compliance and misconduct nightmares that are keeping them up at night. We're very happy to tell you that now with Detectica, you can know what you didn't know. Thank you.